Hey, good morning, everybody. Ron, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I can't complain. So my name is Emilio Quintero, and we have Ron from Ron's Alternative Lending, Ron Nix.
How you doing?
I'm doing
That's
good.
actually good to see you.
I know, right? We normally only talk over the phone, so getting to see each other on camera is always a joy.
Yes.
How's the weather over there in the West Coast for you?
Cloudy and rainy, kind
Oh,
of
man.
cold. So yeah.
Well, normally we'd say that here in Chicago, it's normally probably pretty cold, but as you can see in the background, it's a little sunny and a beautiful day out. So no complaints coming from my end.
I don't know. I see blinds. I don't see you're outside yet.
Oh, here, let's give you a look over here. Let's give you a little look into what we're seeing over here. There we go. A little bit of sunshine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess some sunshine.
So there we go. Some nice sunshine in the background. So yeah, I definitely appreciate you jumping on with me today. We'll kind of start off a little bit, about our partnership and how we've gotten started. So I want to start off with a little bit about you. How long have you been in the business? What kind of brought you into it, and what excites you about all this?
I'm a newbie. I've only been in about 8 months. I fell into this because kind of falls in line with my passion. I'm a commercial whitewater rafting guide for over 28 years. Hiking guide, martial art instructor, own my own dojo. And in the process of wanting to open my own dojo, I needed financing. So knowing how it is to struggle to try to get financing, kind of, I never thought I'd actually fall into this role that I am today, but it falls in line with my passion of helping people and to get them to achieve their goals and dreams.
So yeah, so it seems like you definitely have some firsthand experience with being, I guess, on the opposite side of the shoe, right? Having being the person starting the business and looking for somebody who you can trust to get that lending source there for you, right?
Absolutely.
Well,
Yes. And
and
it's,
that's
yeah, trust is a big issue.
100%. And I'd like to think that you and I have built some pretty good trust over the past couple months that we've been dealing with each other. That's part of what one of the things that I like to think that us as National Corporate Credit separates ourselves from some of our competitors is our one-on-one and our personal touches. As Ron knows, Ron and I have had multiple conversations at multiple times of the day, and they've always led to some good things going on.
Absolutely.
So, give a little bit of background about me. So, I've been here with National Corporate Credit going on a year now, and like you said, my passion has always been able to help people realizing have a dream of what they want to do for work and what they want to do for their business. Likewise, I'd like to be able to help them as well. So, prior to being here with National Corporate Credit, I was in the banking industry for 16 years, and I was as a branch manager for a national lender. One of the things that my biggest focus on was working on making sure we grew businesses from small middle markets from $20,000 a year to trying to help them grow into the millions. And I was in a very low to moderate income neighborhood, so I know that a lot of the struggles where people didn't have access to necessarily how to get funding or even the knowledge of what lending looked like for them. So being able to provide that service is something I've always prided myself upon from a service perspective.
Good. Yeah. It's good to see it on the opposite end versus sitting up there.
That's for sure. So yeah, so I think we kind of want to get into a few things. I know you had a few questions, kind of learn a little bit about what we do and how we can partner up, and then I know you becoming a little bit of an affiliate partner. One of the questions that I just have is how did you come into our partnership here with National Corporate Credit?
I joined BLB. They wind up had you as one of their trusted partners, and so I wind up signing up and formed a good relationship. Our personalities clicked together really well, and you seem to answer my phone calls even on the weekends.
Which I think is an important thing, right? We always have some important things
Yeah,
on the weekends.
yeah. I forget. I don't like making my clients wait, so I try to get the answer as quick as possible. And it's nice that I be able to get a hold of you when I need to.
Of course. And one of the things that all of our reps here, we all use our personal cell phones as point of contacts. We do have our office line, which obviously during Monday through Friday, normal business hours, we're available and use, and we use that as well. But I feel like having that personal connection and you being able to be at an arm's length reach with me is very important to building a good working relationship. And we've definitely built that for sure. Like you said, weekend phone calls, late night phone calls, early morning phone calls. I think we've done all of the above so far.
Yeah, I agree.
So yes, I'll let you go ahead and get started. You have a few pertinent questions you wanted to ask, and hopefully I can answer everything as well as I possibly can.
All right. So one of the key ones, questions that most people ask me, what's the max that you loan out?
So I think that's very product dependent, right? So on some of our unsecured funding products for anybody's looking for working capital, our general cap both on the personal and business side would be up to $300,000. When it comes to anything that's like equipment financing or collateral based, like we do also do real estate investment. So anything that requires collateral, we don't have a limit on it as long as everything will appraise out.
And so how long does it take to get the money if I want the money? So, I mean, I need it now. Come on.
No, we needed it yesterday, right?
That's right.
No, yeah. So I think that's a great question to ask because that's probably one of the more important questions I think that even you probably get asked and I get asked. One of the first questions I get asked every time is how quick can I get this money? So if somebody comes in with strong financial profile and has all their documentation ready, is ready to get going, anything that's unsecured funding, we generally say is about 7 to 10 business days. Now I'll clarify that because we can do business funding in between 24 to 72 hours. And I have seen some really, really good success stories within that time frame, but we also don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So I would say our standard for unsecured funding would be about 7 to 10 business days. And we're talking about anything that's to do with real estate investment products or anything that's collateralized, we would generally say anywhere between 30 to 60 days. And again, those time frames can be taken down if everything comes in the way that they're supposed to and everything is in order. But I would just say our generality would be 30 to 60 days.
Okay. So what kind of industries do you guys work with?
Every industry possible. So most traditional lenders only have certain industries that they like to deal with, and they also have, as they call in the banking industry, the no industries, which would be like restaurants, trucking, transportation, and cannabis. And all four of those are industries that we have funded. And I think cannabis is kind of a good one to kind of bring up because I think that's I guess you can say a taboo kind of lending that not everybody likes to do or doesn't want to be associated with. We do understand that it's not necessarily the easiest financing to get a hold of, but it's a sector that we definitely like to be able to help because we don't want to say no to people.
That's awesome because I got some of those clients.
Especially being on the West Coast, I'm assuming you got a good amount of
It's quite a bit over here. Yes. So are there any upfront fees? I mean, that's one of the big ones asked a lot.
I think that's another great question. That's another question. How much do I have to pay up front in order to get this? So up front, there is no fees. We have what's called a success fee. Our success fee is only based upon the success that we can successfully raise those funds for you. So based off the dollar amount that we do get approved for you, once all that is done and financed, and that's when our fee would come into play.
Awesome. So for startups, you got someone that's interested in doing a startup in a business. What do you want from it?
So generally speaking, a lot of times, businesses who get started up, it is very difficult to obtain like business term loans or business lines of credit because the traditional banks or the lenders that we do work with in general are looking for some type of revenue already being generated or looking for some type of income coming in. So that would be a little bit of a difficult matter, but we do offer creative solutions. So we can offer some personal term loans, personal lines of credit if they wanted to utilize their personal credit. And if they wanted to at least get their business established and use their EIN number to get some business credit established, we can use some larger lines of credit for them.
I knew you didn't expect that question.
that should have been the instant question right away.
Food carts, do you work with them?
Yes. So we do food trucks, everything of the above, and that can be part of the equipment financing, or it can be something that we can use just like I said, some of the personal term loan financing. And that's a great question you asked because we recently just did a deal for a food truck that's based out of LA. We actually helped them get their first deal about 2.5 years ago. Their business is booming so much that sometimes they run out of their food so much, and they want it to be a little bit more local and spread out through the city of LA and have multiple trucks going. So the average cost for their first time we did their lending for them was for $80,000. So they kind of wanted to mirror that, came back to us again, and they just successfully acquired $160,000 to open up 2 additional food trucks. They will be opening, they said, before summer's up.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Good
I love
story,
your
right?
success stories. That's right. People's dreams coming true.
Now we just have to go. Now I have to fly out to LA to go give them a try.
Yeah. I'm a lot closer than you.
So it might be worth it.
Yes. So one last question for you. The interest rates, are they high?
We're very market tied, right? So depending on the customer's profile and what they come in with, we're very market tied with what we do. So we're very similar to what you would see in a traditional banking aspect. So right now, if you're looking at something that's like on the business term loans, our business lines of credit, that's working capital with some good success and good credit scores, we're seeing anywhere between 6 to 12% on something like that. On anything that we're looking for. If you want to use your personal stuff, we're seeing anywhere between 9 and 19%. Again, I know that sounds a little bit high, but we have to give a range as to what they're offering us. But generally, we'll see between 9 and maybe 13% at the most.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to have this interview with me. It answers a lot of my questions, and so I don't have to keep calling you every few minutes.
Of course not. And I think it's definitely good to get some information about what we do. So I'll just cover a little bit more about what we do actually offer, because I know we've kind of given some questions about, overalls and maybe a little bit more generality questions. But here at National Corporate Credit, we have been in business for 15 years and have been offering small business loans to customers for that long. So just to cover a little bit of everything what we do, like we spoke a little bit about, we can start off with anything if they're looking to be a startup and want to use their personal credit as a way to obtain some funding. We can do personal funding for them. We can do business lines of credit, business credit cards. We do also offer SBA lending if a client has a better need and is looking for more of a secured financing with longer terms and things of that nature. We can offer some SBA financing. We do also offer MCA, which is for a little bit more of the credit challenge client who maybe has revenue coming in, but their credit standing isn't where it needs to be or where they want it to be. We can still offer them something. And then lastly, one of the biggest and newest things that we've recently added that we've seen a ton of success with has been our real estate investment portfolio. So that means anywhere from fix and flips, single family rentals, multi-use, mixed use, even with commercial property purchases.
Oh, you guys covered all.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that if somebody has a business and they're looking to earn some either passive or residual income, we definitely want to be there to fit that needs for them.
Well, you're one of my favorites out of all my lenders because you guys cover a bigger variety, which helps.
Well, and we definitely appreciate your business coming to us. Like you said, affiliate partners like you is really what helps our business run. And working with somebody like you who is very just willing to adapt, and anything that we've thrown at you, you've taken it and ran with it. And that's what we've been able to see some success. So I definitely love working with partners like you. So one of the things that I kind of do want to touch base on is if there's anybody who's watching this video who is interested in the services that Ron and I are offering, we would definitely love for you to join and be a part of our team, whether that be if you have clients that you work with and you're looking for a source to get them funded, definitely work with me and Ron. We'd definitely be willing to give you a hand. Or if you're a business owner that's looking to get funding for your specific business, we definitely would love to get in front of you.
Totally.
All right. Well, thank everybody for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from
Thank
everybody
you.
and have a great day.
Thank you.